What's up, you money makers? Welcome back to the channel. TRKA, it was up 13%. We saw 20 cents once again, and I really like what I see because of the support level. I'll be sharing one of the big catalysts that is coming up in terms of their earning, and you want to watch out for that date because there could be potentially very juicy, very interesting earning for TRKA for Q1. More important than that, we can see and we can get more guidance for Q2 because as you know, the technology market is getting back up. What I'm going to cover in this video is the S3 registration statement that they have filed on May 12th, which is pretty recent, and we will see some of the impact and some of the momentum in TRKA in upcoming days and upcoming week. Another reason that you want to watch out for TRKA is right here. TRKA, we already know that their earning is going to be announced very soon, and I wanted to keep you posted on that. And please don't quote me because this is my own research and analysis based on what we see in the online media and the publishing house that reported. The next key catalyst for TRKA stock price will be companies earning that are scheduled for May 23rd. We are 14th, 15th May, so mark down your calendar if you own TRKA because May 23rd, within next few days, we will be hearing from TRKA in terms of their earning. Before I go ahead and I share pretty juicy, very interesting information with you and what you should be looking out for in terms of TRKA, I wanted to ask you to hit the like button. We need 150 likes. If there's enough interest and if my audience wants me to build more and more video for TRKA, I'm happy to do that. But help me, motivate me, write down in the comment section below yes if you really want me to keep sharing relevant information for TRKA. May 12th, we saw S3. And I will cover that as well. So hit the like button, subscribe to the channel because I've been covering many interesting penny stocks and TRKA is one of them. So hit the like, subscribe, and just let's get into it. Now, TRKA saw a pretty much spike when the market was not doing so great on Friday. There is a reason why it was up 13% and a range. We did go pretty low to 18 cents and we went high to 22 cents as well. So if you take a look all in all, how did we do right here? This is the highest we saw, the 20% upside in terms of the price point. So we went from 17-ish cent or slightly below 18 cents, 16 cents, 17 cents. We went, so if you take a look at the 5 days, that's what I wanted to show you, that we did go to 17 cents somewhere here and we went up. So we are all in all up 20% within the period of last 5 days. All in all, we are up 3%, close to 3% in 5 days. We are down 23% in the last 6 months. We are still down 1/3. So again, this channel is only for the entertainment purposes and educational purposes. I'm not a financial advisor, so do your own due diligence, research, and analysis before you put your hard-earned money into this stock or any other stock that we discuss. Now let's get into this S3 registration statement under the Security Act 1933, which is pretty important because we're talking about 10.6 million common stocks. Now what this means is they got into the settlement agreement with certain current and former holder with Series E convertible preferred stock. The purchasers that the Series E preferred stock pursuant to which the company issued to each of this holder a number of stock of the company in equal to the amount of liquidated damages purportedly owed to each such purchaser under the registration rights and amendment applicable and multiplied by for the purchaser agreement or selling stockholder. Now, what that means is basically you need to understand this part. The prospectus relates to this resale from time to time, and by the selling the stockholder identified in the prospectus under the caption selling shareholder or selling stockholder of up to 10.6 10.6 million shares of their common stock. They're not selling any of their common stock under this prospectus, will not receive any proceed. They are getting into the agreement with Series E preferred stock, and they're converting that into the common stock. That's what it means. Now, they're not receiving any proceeds, not receiving any, or not selling any common stock, and this common stock by the selling shareholder. The selling shareholder at the moment. So the current owner of preferred E series, the selling shareholders may sell the shares of or common stock offered by this prospectus from time to time to the term to be determined at the time of sale through the ordinary brokerage transaction or through any other means described in the prospectus under the caption plan of distribution. The shares of common stock may be sold at the fixed price at the market price, so 20 cents, as you already know, which I don't believe anyone is going to do. But again, I am not really insider, or I don't really know what exactly they're going to do, but I'm just trying to say because there is upside potential. Our common stock is listed at NASDAQ. You already know this. Capital market under the common stock symbol TRKA. And the warrants that are listed on the NASDAQ capital market under TRKAW on May 11th, 2023. And they're considering the price of 18 cents per share on that day. Now, we saw that they have also filed the Form 8K. So these are some of the recent news in terms of their filing. Now, what you should consider is this particular article that I really like just came the same day, May 12th, before a couple of days. And you really want to watch out for this one. So watch the full video because this is pretty interesting. TRKA, whether it's a bargain or the value trap. And I'll share that in one more minute. Before that, I wanted to show you what's the spike in terms of the revenue. The revenue skyrocketed. So Q4 in 2021 they had 6.99 million. In Q1 2022 they had 15 million. So they almost doubled, close to double. And in Q2 2022, they jumped up from 15-16 million to 85-86 million, which was a change of 2,173% year-over-year change. What a massive change. In Q3 2022, they had close to 120 million in revenue. So take a look. Q1, 15-16 million, 85-86 million, 120 million. So that's how they skyrocketed. That's how they focused on the revenue. And you want to watch out for that because at the end of Q3 in 2022, their net income was 1.27 million. Yes, their operating expense was pretty high. So does many tech companies. And before that, their net income was negative 18 million. But what you want to consider, if you own the shareholder, if you are the shareholder, hit the like button and write down TRKA, hashtag TRKA. That way I know that you own the stock. Now, take a look right here. They reported 187.9 million in revenue. So this was a massive revenue that they reported on March 7, 2023 for Q4 and month ended December ended 6 months period. For December ended 2022, 187.9 million is not a small revenue. Their adjusted EBITDA was $5 million for the 6 months, so which is not huge either. And again, that's my personal opinion, but successive record revenue, 187.9 million. This is at the end of Q4 for the 6 months period in 2022. Received revenue increased by 1,125% again for 6 months period. EBITDA 5 million, continued strong projection for the new revenue streams, which something I am excited to learn more about. But one thing I wanted to tell you is this is what I see. Based on 12th of May, BlackRock announced or shared their number of stock. Now they added the current share that they own is 7.4 million stocks of TRKA, and value reported, give or take, 1.8 million. So these numbers are in thousands, so if you add 3 zeros, it's 1.8 million. And this is the biggest transaction, or the number of shares that I see for last few institutional ownership that you see here. So institutional value is 2.9 million, close to $3 million. This company is worth, in terms of the market cap, let's take a look, 79 million, give or take, at the price of 20 cents. Now, if you take a look for last 6 months, it skyrocketed and went right here to 80 cents. Can it go back? Possibly, yes. Now, if you think about 80 cents, that's 4x, 400% jump, which is a great potential. And can it do it in the next few months? Probably yes, because this price, 80 cents, was the price point at March 6th, as you can see on my cursor, March 6th, 2023. So before a couple of months or 3, we hit 80 cents. Can we go back there again? Most probably yes, especially if they announce stellar earning. If they give us a great guidance, that's definitely possible. One of the things I wanted to mention to you is their short volume ratio. The FINRA short volume ratio is super high, 53.18 million. That's a super high short volume ratio, in my opinion. By the way, before that, the day before, we saw 56, 48, 53, and this is on target for short sellers, it seems like. But the smart money is also buying. I do not really have the premium account on Fintel, so I can't really tell you the exact number, but you can think about the strong revenue projection that is upcoming for TRKA. One thing I wanted to also mention to you is right here that Yahoo Finance Conversation for TRKA had over 22,000 comments. This penny stock valued at about 61 million. We already saw it 78, 79 million. One of the reasons for sell-off is increased dilution of the company. Data compiled by Seeking Alpha shows that the number of outstanding shares rose from 15 million to 80 million. And for many penny stock, it's not really something new that we are learning. Most recently, the outstanding share jumped after the creditor decided to exercise some of the warrants to buy hundreds of millions of additional shares. Dilution is often seen as one of the biggest risks in the stock market, but if they can ramp up the revenue the way that they're ramping up, should not really cause a big turbulence into the price point. Now, another reason is this has become very popular because of the growing revenue, and this is precisely what I'm trying to share with you. If they come up with the massive revenue growth that they have been showing us, they have been proving us, that should be phenomenal for the stock price point moving forward. Annual revenue jumped from 116 million in 2022 from the previous 16 million. So we are looking about 9 to 10x ramp up or jump in terms of the revenue. This happened because of the decision made by the company to acquire Converge, and the net loss jumped to 38 million. Again, this was to begin with. Now, company, if they work on their EBITDA operational overheads, they can do a ton better. The next key catalyst we already talked about is their earning that can be on May 23rd, as you can see by this particular post. And so mark your calendar if you haven't already. It's a risky company likelihood. So again, it's a penny stock. What I do usually, and by no means this is an advice because I'm not a financial advisor, but what I usually do is I do not invest more than 10% in penny stock in my entire portfolio. Guess what? It can jump up. It can be 2x, 3x, 5x in a very short period of time. But if things go down south, you're looking at 50, 60, 70% in downturn, which means you're going to lose the money. So I don't invest the money that I'm not willing to lose. I don't invest the money that will wake me up at night. I only invest the house money. Sometimes what I do is I just invest very small amount and see how that works out. My exit strategy is once I have 2x in terms of the price point, then I sell 50% of my initial investment, which means my total investment, which means I took all the money back into my pocket. The only thing that I have in my stock is just the profit, and I can be in it to win it, and I go all the way, and I keep doing the same thing. So let's say it's 20 cents, I bought it at 17 cents, it goes to 34 cents, I sell 50% of my initial investment. Now let's say from 34 cents it goes to, let's say, 50 or 60 cents, I'll sell 50% more. So I already booked the profit, I already got my own capital back. Now if it drives back down to 20 cents, I'll start thinking about, I'll do more analysis, so on and so forth. But I did not lose money. On the contrary, I made the profit into a stock, and this is a win-win situation. So do your own due diligence, decide your exit strategy as well. Right now, the price is 20 cents. Can it go to 80 cents? As I just told you, if they get more and more juicy information. Now, their volume was not that high. On Friday, we saw 35.7 million. That's a great sign. Regardless of the volume, it just spiked up. And I'll keep you posted as to what you can think next. But all in all, our volume jumped up, but it did not really skyrocketed. It did not really go to 68, 70 million. And we can do more due diligence. Thanks for watching. Hit the like, hit the subscribe. I will see you in the next video.